Dear children, welcome back to English literature class. This is video number 2 for the poem Daffodils. This poem is all about the beauty of the daffodil flowers and how they brought happiness to the poet. So the rhyming scheme followed by the poet in this poem is A, B, A, B, C, C. If you see the first stanza, cloud word rhymes with crowd, hills with daffodils, and trees with breeze. So it becomes A, B, A, B, C, C. So now let's start with stanza 1, explanation. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high o'er vales and hills, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils, beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze. So this poem is written in first person. I refers to the poet. So he says, I wandered, underline wandered, it means he was roaming aimlessly, just like a cloud. So here he is comparing himself and his loneliness to a cloud. So such example, when we make a comparison between two things, it is called as simile, S-I-M-I-L-E, and we use the words as or like. So here he says in the stanza, the poet once he was wandering, traveling aimlessly, just like a cloud, over the hills and valleys of the mountainous lake in England. At that time, when he was wandering aimlessly, suddenly he came across a large number of golden daffodils beside the lake and under the trees. So he says, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils. Underline crowd and host. These words, they refer to large number, numerous number, so many daffodils, golden daffodils. Host, it means as if they were welcoming the poet. So these flowers, they were fluttering and dancing in the breeze. They were moving here and there, dancing with the gentle wind which was blowing at that time. So beside the lake, beneath the trees, they were fluttering, they were moving here and there and dancing with the wind that was blowing at that time. Now check the second stanza. Continuous as the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way, they stretched in never-ending line along the margin of a bay. 10,000 saw I at a glance, tossing their heads in sprightly dance. Underline shine. Shine means bright light. Twinkling, twinkle, twinkle means shining and then getting dimmer, then shining again. Stretched, underline stretched. Stretched means continuous. They were covering a large area. Underline bay. Bay means boundary of a lake. Tossing their heads, there refers to the daffodils. Sprightly, underline sprightly. Sprightly means dancing enthusiastically. So let's see the first line. Continuous as the stars that shine. Here in the second stanza also the poet uses the figure of speech, that is simile. Here he compares the golden daffodil flowers to the innumerable stars. So he says, as the numerous stars are shining in the Milky Way, that is our galaxy. Similarly, the daffodil flowers, they are shining, they are twinkling. As the stars are shining, they are getting dimmer, they are shining again. Similarly, daffodils are also twinkling. And the golden daffodil flowers, they were also shining in the field like the stars. They stretched in never-ending line. They covered a large area in a never-ending line. He could not make out where they were ending. That means they were seen throughout. They were grown along the boundary of a bay, that is the lake. 10,000 saw I at a glance, tossing their heads in sprightly dance. In just one look, he saw at least 1,000 of them. Though he could not exactly count them, but he says that he saw 10,000 of them in just one glance, in one look. And they were tossing their heads in sprightly dance. Sprightly means they were dancing enthusiastically. They were full of energy. They were full of life. So the daffodil flowers were moving their heads here and there as if they were dancing enthusiastically. They were very happy. They were full of energy. So we have done the explanation of the first two stanzas, and The next two stanzas we'll do in the next video. Thank you.